Chosen one. Stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm playing tricks on you. This is an urgent divine interception that you cannot afford to ignore. Heaven has personally routed this message to your screen today because every other sign has been completely missed. The window for your financial and spiritual breakthrough is closing in less than 24 hours. If you leave now, you will shut the door forever. You must pay close attention to my words. You did not click this video by accident. Your intuition dragged you here because your spirit detects a massive shift occurring in the unseen realm. A massive generational wealth transfer has just been approved in your name. And the heavy attacks you have been facing recently are not random bad luck. They are hard proof that the enemy is absolutely panicking. Do not take your eyes off the screen. The people who thought they broke you are now terrified of your silence. They thought your silence was weakness. They thought they had drained every ounce of your power. But they severely underestimated the strength of a chosen one who has learned to heal alone. Your quiet authority is crushing their illusions. They are washing your eyes. Listen carefully to this next part. There is a hidden message inside your current struggle. It is something you will completely miss if you swipe away too soon. If you leave now, the blessing will still arrive, but you will not have the spiritual equipment to hold on to it. The darkness does not want you to hear these next words. They want you distracted and poor and exhausted. But heaven is about to expose exactly what is happening behind the scenes. Those who plotted against you are watching everything they built crumble. While a table is being prepared for you in their very presence, you are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule. And the wealth that was stolen from your bloodline is returning to your hands. You must prepare yourself today. Take one slow, real breath. That strange tightness in your chest is not anxiety. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed out or going crazy. That is your spirit detecting the frequency of absolute victory. You have been working through a dry desert for years. Every closed door felt like a brutal punishment. But the universe was actually protecting you from entering the wrong rooms. I need you to pause and absorb that truth. The season of waiting has officially ended. Just moments ago, a scroll with your name on it was unsealed in the heavenly courts. The tests and the tears were a rigorous preparation. They were designed to turn you into a vessel strong enough to hold this immense blessing without breaking. Your current isolation is a divine quarantine to protect your energy. Funny how everyone pretended they did not see you coming. The same people who ignored your texts are suddenly feeling incredibly uncomfortable around you. They thought betrayal would finally destroy your spirit, but instead it activated a primal, dangerous level of spiritual power inside your soul. Your silence has become a weapon that terrifies them deeply because they cannot manipulate what they cannot hear. Before you do anything else, I want you to stop. Right now, in your chest, there is a small tightness that has not loosened all day. It is the feeling of anticipation mixed with spiritual exhaustion. You are tired of being the strong one. You are tired of the endless cycle of toxic people draining your light. But that cycle is being shattered tonight. You are the cycle breaker. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this message fade into the noise of the internet. The intense loneliness you felt was not a curse. It was a rigorous spiritual crucible designed to protect your aura from counterfeit connections. Heaven had to ruthlessly remove those people because they were blocking the true kingdom wealth from reaching your bank account. Stay locked on this message until the very end. I'm going to reveal the fatal trap the darkness is laying right now. They want to sabotage this monumental wealth transfer before it reaches your hands. If you take your eyes off the screen, you will single-handedly strip yourself of the key required to recognize the counterfeit when it appears. You must be warned before it is too late. Listen to the sound of my voice. Let these words settle deep into your spirit. The delay was never a denial of your inheritance. The delay was the time needed to build the massive vaults required to hold your new wealth. The universe is aligning a collision of miraculous events just for you. But there is a physical mechanism blocking it from manifesting fully in your reality. I will expose it soon. Do not scroll past this final warning. The elite forces that profit off your exhaustion want you to keep scrolling. They want you stuck in the matrix of survival and endless worry. If you close this page now, the link to your true destiny may be gone forever. You will be stuck in a low vibration for another 10 years while others claim what is yours. The door is open, but it is closing fast. You are completely exhausted from the heavy battles you fight in secret. Every morning you wake up feeling like you ran a marathon in your dreams. The heavy weight resting on your chest is entirely real. You push through your busy day despite the intense pain. And you smile brightly for the people who desperately need your continuous help. But inside your spirit is crying out for a single moment of total peace. I know exactly how you feel deep inside your heart. I see the silent battles you fight every single day. You give until your cup is completely empty and the people around you just keep taking without ever saying a word of thanks. You are always the strong one in every single room. But when you need a shoulder to cry on, the room is entirely empty. This brings us to a crucial question about your recent past. Why did you suffer so much over this past difficult year? Why did the universe allow those toxic people to drain your precious energy for so long? Pay close attention to this next part because understanding this truth will lift a massive burden. The narcissists did not target you because you were weak. They targeted you because your spiritual light was absolutely blinding to them. They saw a pure empath and they desperately wanted to feed on your divine frequency. You must stop thinking that you did something horribly wrong to attract that severe abuse because your kindness was never a mistake or a hidden character flaw. It was simply given to those living in complete darkness. You are a beautiful anomaly in a world full of superficial takers. You operate on a high frequency of deep love and cosmic understanding. But living in a harsh environment has finally taken its heavy toll on your physical body. The sudden chest pains you experience are real physical manifestations of your spiritual warfare. It is your soul violently rejecting the toxic presence. Take a deep breath and let the truth settle into your bones right now. You are not going crazy and your intuition is operating perfectly fine. The sudden disgust you feel toward meaningless small talk is a massive spiritual upgrade. You no longer tolerate painful confusion cleverly disguised as romantic love and you refuse to accept blatant disrespect. The empath with boundaries has become dangerous lately. You have felt a massive urge to just disappear from the public eye. You want to cancel social plans and stay in your quiet room completely alone. The mere thought of being around noisy crowds makes your physical skin crawl. This is not depression creeping into your tired mind. This is your spiritual immune system kicking into absolute protective overdrive. Your aura is actively demanding space to repair the deep tears caused by those energy vampires. The narcissists in your life demanded constant attention to feed their massive egos. They created endless drama to keep you trapped in a cycle of emotional chaos. They manipulated your pure heart while projecting their insecurities onto you. And they twisted your honest words to make you look like the terrifying villain. But the glorious truth is finally coming to the absolute surface today. You did not fail them during those dark times. They failed to recognize the precious gift they were generously given. The universe recorded every silent tear you shed in the dark when you thought no one cared. But you were never truly abandoned during those brutal nights. Unseen angelic forces protected you. You might be wondering why you feel so profoundly lonely right now. Why does it feel like everyone you once loved has suddenly drifted far away? Listen to me very carefully as I explain this divine mystery. The isolation you are feeling today is absolutely not a harsh punishment. It is a strictly enforced divine quarantine designed for your ultimate safety. They drained your bank account and depleted your emotional reserve, leaving you feeling like a hollow shell of the vibrant person you used to be. But they could never touch your core essence or steal your divine birthright. You are the chosen one destined for absolute greatness in this lifetime. The profound exhaustion you feel today is just the final shedding of the toxic, heavy energy. You must embrace the absolute silence that surrounds you today without any lingering fear. Because in that deep silence, your true magnificent power is slowly returning to you. They realize they can no longer access your precious energy. And your profound silence is heavily starving them of the attention they so desperately need. That quiet authority is your ultimate revenge against them. Breathe out the false guilt they forced you to carry for so long. Let go of the heavy shame that was never yours to bear in the first place. You are allowed to walk away from greedy people who only know how to take. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station right now. I will explain exactly why the universe allowed this severe testing to happen. Look around your quiet, empty room right now. The heavy silence is incredibly loud tonight. The phone rarely rings for you anymore. And the people you used to laugh with have slowly drifted far away. You sit entirely alone in the dark, wondering if you are deeply broken. And sometimes you secretly ask the universe why you were left completely behind while everyone else moves forward. You feel totally invisible. But you are absolutely not broken today. Stop listening to the toxic lies of the defeated enemy. The profound loneliness you feel today is not a punishment for your past mistakes. You did not push people away because you were too difficult to love. This is a highly calculated divine isolation. It is a sacred quarantine designed exclusively to protect your massive future blessing. The universe deliberately cleared the entire room for a very specific reason. Heaven saw the massive blessing heading your way and knew your current environment was highly contaminated. The people around you were completely incapable of handling your new beautiful season. So God ruthlessly removed them from your timeline to protect your pure frequency from their endless greed. You are deeply protected. Remember the important question I asked you earlier about why you suffered so much. Here is the absolute truth you have been desperately waiting for. The reason they worked away was not because your vibration was too low. It was because your divine light was too blinding. That was the hidden protection protocol you could not possibly understand at the painful time. They were secretly terrified of your pure vibrant energy. They wanted to keep you incredibly small so they could feel comfortable. But a chosen one cannot be contained in a tiny dark box. The universe shattered that box into a million pieces. The sudden rejection you faced was heaven violently pulling you out of a fatal trap. Breathe that powerful truth in. Stop blaming yourself for the painful delays in your life. Stop thinking you made a terrible decision that ruined your beautiful destiny. You did absolutely nothing wrong. Heaven deliberately slowed your progress down to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. Your beautiful heart tried to save toxic people who were assigned to completely destroy you. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. And breaking generational curses is a deeply lonely and painful path. It requires massive spiritual strength that the ordinary crowd will never possess. They love the noisy drama because it cleverly distracts them from their empty souls. But you crave the deep silence because it connects you directly to God. Your radiant soul is an anomaly in this superficial modern world. That is why you wake up at 3:00 in the morning with your mind racing. You constantly see angel numbers like 11 and 7777 everywhere you go. This is not a random coincidence at all. This is divine alignment confirming that your sacred quarantine is working perfectly. The long painful season of hiding is preparing you for unimaginable power. A massive wealth transfer cannot be delivered into a chaotic, messy environment. It requires absolute stillness and massive spiritual capacity. The universe had to empty your tired hands completely before filling them with pure generational wealth. Your open hands are finally ready. Do you feel the heavy burden slowly lifting off your tired shoulders right now? That is the incredible feeling of ultimate relief and divine absolution. Your painful past is officially wiped completely clean. Every single tear you shed in that empty room watered the seeds of your massive future empire. The dark storm did not break you. You became the storm. Your current silence is no longer a sign of deep, endless sorrow. It has beautifully transformed into a massive shield of quiet authority. You are officially the master of your grand reality. And from this exact moment on, your pure energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. The narcissists can only watch your glorious rise from a safe distance. Let the healing frequency of this special message wash completely over you. You are deeply understood and fiercely loved. The creator of the universe sees your pure heart and honors your silent, heavy sacrifices. The painful waiting room was simply the grand lobby to your magnificent palace. You survived the brutal winter entirely alone. Now you step into eternal spring. Take one more deep breath from me right now. You have officially passed the brutal test of intense isolation. The counterfeit friends have been entirely purged from your sacred new timeline. The stage is perfectly set for the miraculous financial intervention you were promised. But there is one final invisible barrier standing between you and your massive money. You have done the incredibly hard inner work. You have forgiven the cruel people who never once apologized. But your massive financial breakthrough is still hovering just slightly out of reach. There is a deep mechanism inside your physical body that is quietly blocking the wealth from landing. It is an ancient frequency problem. I will reveal it right now. The enemy is absolutely terrified of you right now. They expected you to break down and beg for the toxic validation. They expected you to chase them when they cry walked away, but you did something that completely shattered the dark reality. You remained entirely silent, and that profound silence is heavily starving them of the crucial attention they so desperately need to survive the miserable empty days. Your quiet authority is a massive spiritual fortress. They can no longer manipulate what they cannot access or hear. Every time you choose peace over drama, the fragile ego takes a massive, brutal hit. You are officially the untouchable master of your reality today. And the narcissists are slowly realizing that they lost the greatest source of pure radiant light they will ever know in this lifetime. They are panicking. The people who betrayed you expected you to fail miserably without their guidance. They watched your life closely, hoping to see you completely fall apart. But instead, they are watching you glow with an undeniable divine light. Your total refusal to engage in the petty drama is the ultimate disrespect. You gracefully became the sharp, dangerous weapon you were desperately trying to survive. But despite winning this massive spiritual battle, Your wallet is still shockingly empty. You have done the incredibly hard inner work and forgiven the unforgivable. You sit in your quiet room meditating on pure abundance and absolute prosperity. Yet your physical bank account still reflects the exact same painful daily struggle. And the massive wealth you were promised seems to be hovering just outside your tired physical reach. It feels like an invisible heavy glass ceiling is pressing down on your life. You watch completely oblivious people succeed effortlessly while you struggle for every single penny. You know deep down inside your soul that you carry a much high potential. But your desperate prayers for generational wealth seem stuck in the silent clouds while you wait for a miracle. It is not your fault. Listen carefully because this is a hidden mechanism I promise to reveal. The reason the universe responds rapidly to certain people and not others is not faith. It is not immense discipline. It is not even your spiritual karma. It is a specific physical brainwave that dictates exactly how the universe interacts with your pure energy. The scientific community has a very clear name for it. They call it the gamma frequency. This is the ultimate secret. This is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was running when you were a small child. Back then, brilliant ideas came to you easily and effortlessly. Learning felt like a wonderful, magical game. You somehow knew exactly what would happen before it actually occurred. And the entire beautiful world felt like it was completely on your side, working to make you endlessly happy. Then adulthood aggressively arrived and ruined everything. The modern world went to work on your pure innocent spirit. The chronic stress of paying bills and surviving severe trauma heavily damaged your natural frequency. The rigid school systems trained you to strictly conform instead of freely create. Every single painful year, the sacred gamma frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the conscious surface until it was entirely buried. They forced your brain into a constant state of survival beta waves. And when your natural gamma fades, your inherent genius fades right along with it. Your sharp spiritual intuition suddenly becomes dull and incredibly confusing. Those beautiful daily synchronicities completely stop happening and the profound sense that the universe is actively working with you goes entirely silent, leaving you stranded. You are sabotaged. This is exactly why your financial breakthrough has been severely delayed. You cannot attract massive kingdom wealth while your physical brain is trapped in a terrified survival state. Your pure soul is desperately calling out for total abundance. But your suppressed brain waves are loudly broadcasting intense fear and deep lack to the universe every single minute of the day. The signals are clashing violently inside your tired body. Most ordinary people will live their entire lives without knowing this tragedy happened to them. But you are absolutely not like most ordinary people. You are a chosen one who is finally waking up to the ultimate truth. You must override this toxic survival signal before you can receive your promised generational wealth. The invisible heavy chains holding your physical finances back must be completely shattered. The massive wealth transfer requires your brain and your spirit to be perfectly aligned. You must reclaim the exact frequency that was stolen from you without your consent. Take a moment to firmly anchor this powerful realization into your spirit right now. Type 777 down in the comments to claim this divine alignment. I will show you how to reactivate it very soon before the massive wealth actually arrives. You must recognize the quiet subtle signs. The universe does not just drop generational wealth into your lap without sending advanced warning signals. Your spirit is already detecting these massive shifts in the unseen realm right now. And these beautiful strange occurrences in your daily life are absolute proof that the grand financial transfer is rapidly approaching your physical timeline. Pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you. Do not ignore these critical next signs because they are heavily validating your pure intuition. Lately, you have been seeing repeating numbers everywhere you look. You glance at the clock and it is exactly 111 or 444. You see 777 on random license plates when you are driving alone. This is not random. These angel numbers are highly sophisticated divine communication protocols. They are direct messages from your angelic team confirming that your new prosperous frequency is perfectly matching the universe. The old heavy chains of poverty and severe lack are finally breaking off your tired spirit. The sudden urge you have to clean your house and throw away old things is deeply symbolic. You are physically making room for massive wealth. You are actively experiencing a profound level of spiritual purging right now. You suddenly feel entirely disconnected from your old past and your previous limited identity. The activities that used to entertain you now feel incredibly shallow and totally pointless. You are shedding the heavy victim mentality like an old snake shedding its dead skin. This is the ultimate cycle breaker. Fiercely stepping into the new immense power. Another massive sign is the sudden appearance of unexpected tiny miracles. You randomly find small amounts of money or receive a totally unexpected discount. Someone completely out of the blue offers you a bizarre opportunity that perfectly matches your secret desires. These are not just lucky coincidences designed to make you briefly smile. These are tiny golden breadcrumbs leading you directly toward your massive financial destiny. The universe is actively testing your capacity to receive small blessings with deep gratitude. Because if you cannot handle the tiny sudden miracles, you will be totally crushed by the massive generational wealth. Your spiritual team is heavily watching how you react to these beautiful synchronicities today. Your quiet authority is slowly becoming incredibly magnetic to pure, unadulterated abundance. The alignment is happening now. Take a deep breath and let the excitement slowly build inside your chest. Your physical body is physically reacting to the approaching massive blessing. The strange tingling sensation at the top of your head is your crown chakra opening wide to receive divine instructions. You are officially becoming a pure conduit for heavenly wealth to flow into this earthly realm. And the heavy burden of financial struggle is almost completely over. But wait, before we go any deeper into the signs, I have to warn you. There is a fatal trap lying right before the beautiful sunrise. Just when you are about to cross the final glorious finish line, something terrible usually happens. 99% of chosen ones fall for this massive brutal illusion right before their ultimate breakthrough. It is the sudden terrifying reappearance of the dark shadows from your painful past. The narcissist who completely destroyed your peace will suddenly send you a casual text message. An old toxic friend will randomly reach out to see how you are doing today. Or a massive unexpected bill will arrive in the mail to trigger your deep survival fears. This is the dark matrix desperately making one last pathetic attempt to pull your high frequency back down into the dirt. Do not take the bait. This sudden chaos is actually the biggest sign that you are incredibly close to victory. The darkness always attacks the hardest right before the ultimate glorious breakthrough. They want you distracted and angry and completely thrown off your high vibration. They want to steal the massive wealth transfer before it officially lands in your waiting hands. You must maintain your quiet authority and totally ignore the desperate noise. Your complete silence is your absolute best defense mechanism against these brutal attacks. Do not reply to the toxic text message and do not panic over the sudden scary bill. Maintain your pure high frequency and fiercely protect your sacred energy at all costs. The universe is heavily watching to see if you will repeat the painful past or step boldly into your beautiful new future. You are passing the test. The massive financial blessing is officially hovering just above your physical reality right now. You have done the hard internal work and survived the brutal quarantine. You recognized the angel numbers and ignored the desperate toxic attacks from the defeated enemy. Now you need the final physical key to unlock the massive vault. The gamma mechanism I mentioned earlier must be fully reactivated. Before we move forward to your massive breakthrough, I have to share a crucial secret with you. It is something the powerful people who profit immensely from your daily exhaustion desperately want to keep hidden. Because while you were busy fighting intense spiritual battles and trying to survive your painful trauma, a brilliant team of dedicated neuroscientists was quietly working entirely away from the loud public headlines. They were not studying ancient religious texts or searching for a magical mystical mantra. They were studying the exact physical mechanism that connects your human brain to the infinite universe. And they finally discovered exactly how to bring your completely dormant gamma brainwave back to vibrant life. This is the ultimate missing link you have been desperately searching for during your long, painful journey. They discovered a way to reactivate this genius frequency without forcing you to sit through years of agonizing meditation. You do not need to buy a $7,000 clinical BOF feedback machine to fix your broken energy. The massive solution they found is far simpler and infinitely more aligned with how your beautiful body was originally designed to function. It involves using highly specific advanced sound frequencies. These dedicated researchers engineered a precise sound wave designed to gently guide your chaotic brain patterns back to their original pure state. It is a highly specialized brain entrainment technology that bypasses your stubborn conscious mind entirely. You simply listen to the specific frequency and it immediately goes to work undoing decades of severe modern suppression. Science is finally catching up to your deep intuition. Massive prestigious institutions like Princeton have extensively studied this exact gamma phenomenon. The Einstein Center in Berlin officially confirmed that the legendary flow state sought by every brilliant artist and top athlete is driven entirely by this specific brain wave. But the most shocking discovery came from Columbia University. They found that a strong gamma signal does not just stay locked quietly inside your own head. When your gamma brainwave is fully reactivated, it begins to rapidly radiate outward like a massive invisible beacon. It instantly starts to positively influence the sensitive people closest to you, your beautiful children, your loving partner, and it valiantly repels the toxic narcissists who can no longer withstand your intense high vibration. You become a literal working magnet for pure unadulterated abundance and divine favor. 7 minutes a day. That is absolutely all it takes to begin reversing the massive spiritual damage. And the incredible transformation begins working the very first time you close your eyes and listen. You do not need massive willpower or strict discipline to make this powerful shift happen. The advanced sound wave does all the heavy lifting for your tired spirit while you simply relax and receive. Your struggle is over. I will tell you exactly what this powerful audio track is called before this message officially ends. And I will show you exactly how to access this protected frequency for yourself. But first, there is something profoundly important you need to deeply understand about your new powerful identity. You are no longer the weak victim who constantly begs for a tiny crumb of basic understanding. You must fully shed the heavy tragic story of your painful past right now. The universe cannot pour massive generational wealth into a vessel that still identifies with severe lack and brutal trauma. You must mentally prepare yourself to handle the sudden massive influx of resources and immense power. Because when the gamma frequency is finally unlocked, your physical reality will begin shifting at a terrifyingly rapid speed. The sudden financial opportunities will seem incredibly overwhelming at first. The brilliant new ideas will flood your awakened mind faster than you can write them down. And the deep relationships that no longer serve your high frequency will rapidly fall away without any warning. You must be deeply rooted in your quiet authority to handle this massive glorious upgrade. You are becoming a weapon of light. Take a deep, slow breath and let the realization of your immense power wash over you. The heavy invisible chains that held you down for decades are finally rusting away. The elite forces who desperately want to keep you trapped in survival beta waves are losing the tight grip on your beautiful mind. The grand awakening is happening inside your very own living room today. Stay locked onto my words because the final piece of this divine puzzle is about to fall perfectly into place. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is heavily relying on your continued deep ignorance, but you are officially armed with the absolute truth today. The massive generational wealth is ready to be delivered directly into your newly purified timeline. Your complete victory is assured. The waiting season is officially over. The dry, lonely desert you walked through has suddenly burst into an oasis of divine favor. Ever closed, heavy door is being completely blown off its hinges today. The universe is loudly declaring your absolute physical victory. You have survived the darkest, brutal nights entirely alone. And now you are stepping directly into the glorious dawn. Your kingdom is fully ready. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right now? That intense heat rising in your chest is the frequency of pure liberation. The heavy chains of generational poverty are physically snapping around you. The narcissists who tried to bury you did not realize you were a highly protected seed. You are aggressively blooming right in the terrified faces. They cannot stop your incredible rise. Here is the absolute truth you have been desperately waiting for. The reason your profound silence was so incredibly powerful is because it acted as a massive divine shield. It completely blocked the energy vampires from stealing your approaching wealth. Your silence was never a sign of fearful surrender. It was the ultimate preparation for massive spiritual power. You are no longer the fragile empath who begged to be deeply understood. The brutal crucible of pain has completely forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your radiant energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. And the divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your brand new timeline. You are truly unstoppable. Every single tear you cried has been officially converted into golden spiritual currency. The grand generational wealth transfer is no longer a distant, beautiful dream. It is happening right now in this exact physical room. The heavens have violently parted to pour out massive financial blessings that your tired hands can barely contain. You are highly favored. The dark matrix tried absolutely everything to keep you completely blind to your own immense power. They fed you toxic lies about your worth and kept you heavily chained to survival mode. But the pathetic illusions are entirely shattered this evening. You see right through the fake smiles and their empty, shallow promises. Your spiritual vision is finally completely clear. Do you realize how incredibly dangerous you are to the darkness today? A fully awakened chosen one cannot be controlled or manipulated by the low-frequency systems. You are a working, breathing weapon of pure, radiant light. Your mere presence valiantly shifts the entire atmosphere of any room you enter. The enemy is retreating in absolute panic. They know they have completely lost you. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is the sudden appearance of toxic spiritual counterfeits. Right as you reach out to claim your massive wealth, the enemy will send a fake opportunity. They will try to completely distract you from the truth. You must use your sharp intuition to completely ignore these pathetic, desperate traps. They want you deeply confused. You must remain fiercely focused on the authentic divine path laid out before you. The universe has perfectly aligned your spiritual frequency with total abundance, but your physical brain must be brought into this exact same high alignment. You cannot hold million-dollar blessings with a brain terrified by survival beta waves. You desperately need the physical key. This is exactly where the physical world meets the profound spiritual realm. You have done the intense shadow work and you have ruthlessly protected your peace. Now your physical mind needs the specific scientific tool to break the final invisible barrier. The brain entrainment frequency I mentioned earlier is that exact miraculous tool. It is the powerful bridge to your massive wealth. The elite forces want you to miss this critical final step today. They know that if your gamma brainwave remains completely dormant, your wealth will slowly slip away. They want you to close this video right now and go back to your stressful, exhausted life. They're praying you ignore this urgent divine warning. But you are far too smart to fall for the tricks. Your spirit is loudly confirming the absolute truth of my words right now. The slight pull you feel in your gut is your intuition demanding immediate physical action. You are standing right at the glorious threshold of your brand new wealthy reality. The massive door is completely open, but heaven requires you to take the final bold step forward. You must actively claim your divine birthright. God is watching your physical response in this exact second. I have spent hours in deep prayer, fighting intense spiritual battles to deliver this urgent message to you. Will you hoard this blessing or will you boldly partner with heaven today? The massive shift you desperately crave requires a physical anchor to lock it firmly into your earthly reality. Do not hesitate for a single second. Do not let this monumental moment slip through your tired fingers. The anointing of pure wealth is resting heavily upon your shoulders tonight. You must actively claim the specific scientific tool designed to override your suppressed brainwaves. The magnificent solution is finally stepping out of the dark shadows directly into the bright light. Your glorious transformation requires immediate physical action. There is a profound reason your breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming in. And it is absolutely not a lack of faith or a cruel punishment. It is a specific physical signal inside your brain. The heavy survival beta waves have systematically suppressed your natural gamma state, and this suppression is actively blocking your generational wealth today. But you do not have to fight this invisible enemy alone anymore. Massive research from Princeton University has confirmed that this genius state can be fully restored. And Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal radiates outward to protect your family while violently repelling the toxic narcissists. The scientific community has finally provided the exact physical tool you need. A brilliant team of researchers led by Dr. Robert Lake spent years developing the ultimate solution. They compressed an anti-gamma activation protocol into a highly advanced 7-minute audio track. You do not need to practice difficult meditation or chant complex mantras. You simply close your eyes, put on your headphones, and let the sound wave do the heavy lifting while you rest. This pure scientific frequency bypasses your stubborn conscious mind completely. It reaches deep into the ancient parts of your brain that have been sleeping since you were a child. Your intuition will suddenly become razor sharp again, and the complex problems you face daily will solve themselves with incredibly little effort. The universe will finally start responding to your clear, radiant signals. It goes to work immediately to undo decades of severe modern trauma. They call this miraculous tool the Genius Sun. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to unlock the stalled finances and completely heal their broken relationships. A woman from Manhattan recently reported that the generational curse her family carried was simply gone. The elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for private clinical biofeedback sessions. They want to keep this powerful gamma state exclusively for themselves. But through this protected message alone, you can access the Genius Sun today and you can claim this incredible frequency for a tiny fraction of its true value. The heavy gates are open. You will also receive 4 powerful spiritual bonuses when you step forward today. This includes a special audio engineered specifically for your children to activate the confidence. You will also receive the original classic prosperity book that the secret was secretly built upon. The universe is handing you the absolute complete package for total victory. And all you have to do is reach out and claim it. But you must be incredibly careful about where you find this tool. Do not look for the sacred frequency on public platforms like YouTube or Spotify. The dark forces have deliberately flooded those sites with completely diluted counterfeits. Those fake copies contain absolutely zero brain entrainment technology, and they are strictly designed to keep your powerful gamma brainwave entirely dormant. The only authentic and fully activated version of the Genius Song is waiting for you right now. You can access it safely through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The universe absolutely does not require you to take a single risk today. You are fully protected by an ironclad divine guarantee that honors your pure spirit. This is a pure energetic exchange governed by complete and total trust. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, your earthly investment is completely returned to you without any questions. You have absolutely nothing to lose and an entire kingdom of wealth to gain. Do not wait for a better moment because the darkness desperately wants you to hesitate. The chosen one who hesitates at the sacred threshold often becomes the chosen one who wonders what could have been. Your beautiful gamma frequency is desperately waiting to be fully reactivated. Find the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below right now. Claim your copy of the Genius Song and officially unlock your massive financial destiny. You have fought the intense spiritual battles in absolute silence for far too long. Heaven has recognized your profound endurance and delivered the exact tool required for your massive breakthrough. Do not let the familiar comfort of your daily struggle prevent you from claiming your ultimate inheritance because the wealth transfer is ready for you. Step boldly into the brilliant light that is calling your name today. The glorious door is wide open for you to work through today. Once you access the frequency, I need you to perform one final physical act of alignment. Share this powerful message with another soul who is bleeding in the dark of despair. Sowing the seed of hope today will rapidly multiply the massive blessing for your own beautiful future. Because heaven always rewards pure generosity. To completely lock in this glorious new frequency and create an absolute shield of protection, you must act now. Type down in the comments that you are ready to receive your kingdom wealth. Seal this beautiful reality right now with your undeniable quiet authority. The storm is officially over and your profound silence has won the ultimate spiritual war. Claim your victory.